Hi everyone,
Welcome to Red Dot F1.
today we will be ranking the F1 drivers based on their 2020 season. We have 4 criteria for this. 1. Qualifying pace. 2. Race pace. 3. Racecraft. And 4. Consistency. The driver's qualifying pace is based on their raw speed in qualifying, which takes into account their average grid slot and their average gap to the teammate. Apart from that, the race pace is based on their raw speed in the race, which takes into account their average finishing position.
Our other 2 criteria are racecraft and consistency. For racecraft, we measure drivers' skill in the race, mainly with their overtaking, defending, and tyre management. For our consistency, we will measure how consistent a driver has been throughout the season with regards to his pace and results. So now, we will be talking about the newly knighted Sir Lewis Hamilton. For racecraft, we have given him a 7 out of 10. Lewis Hamilton's qualifying results have been extraordinary, and this means that he has not been able to demonstrate much of his racecraft this year, especially with regards to his overtaking and defending. However, his tyre management is clearly a class above the rest of the fields, except for maybe 1 or 2 drivers, and as such, we have given him a racecraft of 7.
I believe that Lewis Hamilton's greatest asset is his consistency, and therefore we have given him 10 out of 10 for consistency.
Now we move on to the second Mercedes driver, Valtteri Bottas. For racecraft, we have given him a 6 out of 10. Valtteri has quite ordinary, if you are positive, you call it decent, overtaking and defending. And his tyre management, while average, is clearly not as good as Lewis Hamilton's. As such, we have given him a 6 out of 10.
We have also given him a 6 out of 10 for consistency, because that is where he is lagging behind Hamilton in terms of the championship battle, and he is unable to win the championship because of his consistency throughout his season.
Next, we have Max Verstappen. While Verstappen has not had to do much defending this year, he has done a lot of overtaking and attacking on the driver in front of him, and he has made some great gutsy overtakes that will be remembered throughout F1. As such, we have given him a 9 out of 10 for his racecraft.
And for his consistency, we have given him an 8 out of 10. He has improved his consistency compared to the 2019 season, and that is why he is able to be on par with Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes car.
For Alex, we have given him an 8 out of 10 for his racecraft. While Albon has not had very decent tyre management, he is able to defend and overtake his position quite well. This is especially seen in some of his more braver overtakes, especially outside of Raikkonen and Cox, etc. As such, we have given him an 8 out of 10 for his racecraft.
For Albon, we have given him a 5 out of 10 for consistency. We believe that he is lagging behind Max, just like how Valtteri is lagging behind Lewis Hamilton, and that is why they are not able to challenge their teammates, and thus we have given him a very poor consistency too.
For Carlos Sainz from McLaren, we have given him a 7 out of 10 for racecraft. His racecraft has been decent throughout the year, and we have seen some great overtaking and defending, as well as average tyre management. As such, he has a 7 for racecraft.
We have also given Carlos Sainz only a 7 for consistency. Although his quali and race pace is consistently good, he has been compromised due to his DNFs. However, he has made a few careless mistakes, like his crash in Russia.
For Lando Norris, we have given him a racecraft rating of 8. For a person who is only in his 2nd season of F1, he has demonstrated some overtaking, defending, and tyre management that is on par with some of the higher caliber drivers. As such, he gets an 8 for racecraft.
He gets a 7 for consistency because although he has some extraordinary qualifying and race performances, he is not able to keep it up throughout the season.
From Renault, we have Daniel Ricardo, and we have given him an 8 for his racecraft. Ricardo is the king of the late breakers, and he has lived up to his name with some brave and gutsy overtakes throughout the season, as well as some stellar defending in certain races. His tyre management is also quite decent. As such, he gets a racecraft rating of 8.
We have given him a 7 for consistency because he has always been there or thereabouts in order to take the 2 podiums that he got for Renault.
Next, we have Sergio Perez, F1's king of the midfield for 2020. Perez has had good racecraft this year, especially with regards to his tyre management, which some would say is on par with Lewis Hamilton's, given races such as Turkey, where both of them were able to make it to the end of the race on one pit stop. He has also had some good overtaking and defending of his position, especially against much higher pace cars than him.
We must not forget how awesome his overtakes were in the Sakir Grand Prix. For his consistency, we have given him a 9 out of 10 because he's able to consistently get the points in for Racing Point, and that is why he has gotten a seat at Red Bull.
Next, we have Esteban Ocon. He gets a racecraft rating of 5. As a newly returning F1 driver, he has had decent racecraft, and sometimes he has had some okay overtaking and defending, as well as tyre management that is average, nothing special to speak about, but not too bad either. As such, he gets a 5 for racecraft.
Another great thing about Ocon is that he has consistently improved as Renault's second driver over the season, and thus he gets a consistency rating of 7.
Moving on to the 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel. He has a racecraft rating of 6. There is no doubt that he has struggled this year against Leclerc, and in the Ferrari car which may not suit him as well. We have given him a racecraft rating of 6 because he has only demonstrated ordinary defending, overtaking and tyre management, with not much to write home about, except for a few stand-up Grand Prix like the Hungarian Grand Prix, where he managed to last over 30 laps on soft tyres.
We have given him a consistency rating of 6 because we believe that he has been much more consistent in previous seasons.
Moving on, we have Kevin Magnussen from Haas. We have given him a racecraft rating of 6. He has demonstrated some excellent overtaking, but his defending as well as his tyre management are quite average. We must not forget that Kevin Magnussen is one of the best starters on the F1 grid in the 2020 season, making up many places on that one.
Kevin Magnussen has a consistency rating of 5 because although he has made some excellent starts, he has not been able to keep his places till the end of the race.
Next, we have Lance Stroll. While Lance this year has improved quite a lot, however, he is still not on the same level as Perez. He has a racecraft rating of 6. His tyre management, overtaking and defending are all not as good as Sergio Perez, and we must not forget the mistakes that he made, especially at races like Nürburgring, where he had the same crash twice in a row.
Stroll has also gotten a decent consistency over this year because although he has had some great qualifying performances, some have just not been on par with his teammate Sergio Perez, and thus he gets a consistency rating of 7.
Next up, we have Charles Leclerc from Ferrari. Leclerc has been given a racecraft rating of 7. He has some decent overtaking and tyre management, but his defending is really where it's at. He is able to qualify at high positions and defend that position for as long as possible, allowing him to take back a lot of points for Ferrari.
We believe that Leclerc's consistency is also pretty good because that is what has kept Ferrari in the battle for third among the midfield teams. So we have given him a consistency rating of 8.
Next, we have Romain Grosjean from Haas. First off, we would like to wish him well in his recovery from his burnt hands. We have given him a racecraft rating of 6, same as Kevin Magnussen, because we believe that both of them have quite good overtaking and defending and tyre management, but once again, it is nothing to write home about.
We have also given him a consistency rating of 6 because his consistency has just been very decent and enough for Haas, but not enough for him to get into a top team.
Get well soon, Grosjean. Next, we have Kimi Räikkönen from Alfa Romeo. As one of the most experienced F1 drivers on the grid, he has quite good racecraft compared to the rest of the midfield. As such, we have given him a rating of 7. His overtaking and defending, as well as his tyre management, are quite good, and while they are not on the level of people like Hamilton and Verstappen, they are good enough to make sure that he stands out in the midfield.
We have given Kimi Räikkönen a consistency rating of 6 because we feel that he has dipped in terms of consistency from his previous seasons in Ferrari. This is worsened by the fact that he has been out-qualified and out-raced by his teammates sometimes.
Moving on, we have Antonio Giovinazzi with his racecraft rating of 6. We have given Giovinazzi the racecraft rating of 6 because while his starts have been fantastic, leaving him to make up a lot of places on lap 1, his defending and tyre management are still not as good as Kimi Räikkönen.
We have given him a consistency rating of 6 because although his consistency is only decent, he has been improving on his consistency throughout the season. Moving on to George Russell.
His racecraft has been given a rating of 8. In the Williams, he was not able to really shine and show what he was capable of, but in his one-off race for Mercedes at Sakir, we were able to see exactly what he was capable of, with some great overtaking maneuvers on his teammate, as well as some stellar defending and tyre management.
His consistency has gotten him an 8 out of 10 because he has performed extraordinarily well in qualifying throughout the season.
From AlphaTauri, we have Perez and Gasly. Gasly has a racecraft rating of 7. He has made some good overtakes throughout the year, especially through Rouge at Spa, and he has made some good defending too at Monza. His tyre management is also decent. As such, we have given him a racecraft rating of 7.
Perez and Gasly also gets a consistency rating of 8 because he has been able to carry the entire AlphaTauri team through his consistent performances.
Next, we have Lukas Labity. We have given him a racecraft rating of 4. As the only rookie on the F1 grid in 2020, he does not have much experience, and as such, he is only able to do some average overtaking, defending, and tyre management. Nothing too special.
We have given him a 6 out of 10 for consistency because although he's consistently at the back of the grid, we do not believe that we should give him many marks for being consistently poor.
Moving on, we have Kevia. Kevia has been given a racecraft rating of 6. While he is able to perform on a similar level to Gasly, he has not been able to replicate the success that Gasly has, especially with regards to his overtaking, defending, and tyre management.
Kevia only gets a consistency rating of 6 because his performances only improved in the latter half of the season. Moving on to some key statistics.
We'll be first talking about the average gap to teammate in qualifying. For the top 3, we have Russell, Verstappen, and Gasly.
Russell has out-qualified his teammate on average by 1.2 seconds for each qualifying performance. That's amazing, isn't it?
For Verstappen, he has out-qualified his teammate Alex Albon on average 0.633 seconds faster.
And last but not least, we have Gasly in 3rd place, who has out-qualified his teammate by 0.4 seconds each quali. We believe that this is amazing because he is able to beat his more experienced teammate. Now, moving on to the average starting positions. This should come across as no surprise for you. Hamilton's average starting position is 1.88, Bottas's is 2.29, and Verstappen's is 3.06. And after the top 3, there's a huge gap to Albon in 4th place with an average starting position of 7.35. This just highlights how consistent Hamilton, Bottas and Verstappen are, and the gap between them to the midfield.
For average finishing positions, in 1st, 2nd and 3rd place respectively, we have Hamilton, Verstappen and Bottas. Fun fact, Giovinazzi has made up 2.82 places on lap 1 on average in 2020.
Thank you for watching this video.
We hope to see you in the next episode of Red Dot F1.
Bye!
And yes, at last, we have come to the final rankings. Unsurprisingly, Hamilton, Verstappen and Perez are at the top 3, while Latifi takes his very own last position. So stay tuned to Red Dot F1 for more quality content on Formula 1 racing. Till then, stay safe and make sure to like, share and subscribe to our channel by hitting the bell icon. Thank you and see you again.